which is why I do feel that it is important to spread mechanics out.
Hey, there you
So
go.
I do like that things are being
Discord
spread
overlay,
out.
well
I
played.
do like if you think about it, right? Like if you could have a vendor or like a shop or booth at the Del Perro Pier or Polito, no one's gonna pick Polito over the pier just out of convenience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there'll be markets of both.
Hack
But
into
the
me,
good thing
baby.
is they thought that out and they're open at day and nighttime
Mm-hmm.
individually.
Which I like. I really do like that. But yeah, I like. I think there's always an underlying like intent behind those decisions, like the decisions that may come from above, as most people say. And you know, I think we should at least give it a try before shooting it down. And then if it doesn't work, they're pretty good at
What should I
adjusting and
draw?
making sure that whatever was an issue does get fixed over time.
Yeah, I mean, we're a couple months into 3.0, but there's still so much, especially in the city hall end, that is getting
penis.
changed even as we're still going.
I'm not going to
Things
draw
still
a
aren't
cum
perfect
or
yet,
a
I think
penis.
people a lot of the time expect them to be.
Cocks.
That's not going to happen. Nothing's ever going to be perfect.
Bobby
it's like an
Smith.
unrealistic expectation.
Yeah, 100%. I'm looking forward to the markets.
Yeah,
Should
me
be
too.
good.
100%.
Yeah,
You ready for the BCSO to have one?
I'm doing a punching booth the next time the market's open. I'm gonna let people pay $1,000 to punch me. I think it's gonna be good.
I was trying to go up to the farmers market all day on the run. I couldn't.
Bob.
Damn, dude.
Dude, I woke up.
Once the dispensary's up there, it should be popping all the time, to be honest.
I woke up like 3-4 hours early today, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna set the record for the amount of citations today. I think I ended with like 5, and 3 of them were technically just joyriding charges that I gave someone parole on, because it was just like robberies and chases, and like no one wanted to stop today.
Listen, that's why I patrol the highway, my man. All right.
Yeah, Mr. Highway Man over here.
Highway's rough though, because if people don't want to stop, you stand no chance catching up if they're
No,
already doing 120.
People always stop. People always stop on the highway for whatever reason. They always stop.
That's well, to be fair, I assumed.
The thing is, right, what I like about highway patrol is, let me scooch myself in here.
That's a horn.
Is because you kind of get used to not seeing a lot of people around when you're on the highway and patrolling it. So when people actually come around, you kind of want to make the best of the situation, right? You feel kind of revitalized through every interaction. That's why I like it so much.
That makes sense.
You ever do Great Ocean Highway? I feel like
yeah, I'm gonna switch it up.
Great Ocean.
Yeah. Is that because they're catching on to you? They're starting to slow down.
Yeah, after a few hours on the highway, you don't see any cars.
I don't have
anymore,
old school
and then,
RuneScape installed.
To adapt.
I watched
so
the videos, but I don't.
Yeah, when wasn't I used to do highway patrol? Or like people used to tweet. It's like, oh, here we go.
Dude, it was Trigger
Roads.
Freebird, that motherfucker.
I know, that asshole.
Yeah.
And people would like dodge through Sonora and stuff.
I want to do more DUI checkpoints, but I want to try and hand out beers to people at them.
Casterman always used to do that. There was some legal issue we ran into, so he had to like name it a certain thing. I forget what it was.
It was a commerce checkpoint or something.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it was something. But he always used to do that on Elgin. But the issue back then was, do you know, or if you're heading north on Los Santos Freeway, right after the Palomino turnoff, like that's where we had to have one unit positioned, like right before that, and one after, like the bridge to the prison, because the cars were so fast.
That could be fun.
No matter what car, you had to get a running start. Or they were doing fucking like 250 miles an hour.
I miss my Ellie on Slim. Nobody could catch me on the freeway.
Dude, that thing was nuts. That thing was so fast.
My favorite car, hands down. Best car ever. The Ellie. Oh, I bottlenecked all the best vehicles on Slim. I had the best 4-door, the best 2-door, and I had the best motorcycle.
It was the AMG, the 4-door Mercedes, the Ellie for the 2-door, and then was it the Ninja something or another?
Yeah.
Was it? No. What?
Whatever
the bike
was.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Slim Diesel, man, that was good.
Slim Diesel. I never won a race. I don't think I ever finished.
Yeah, that's true. You don't think win a race.
But yeah, there's a. Oh, go on.
Saying Kyle raced on Slim.
Yeah, when he first bought the LA, right? When you first
tried.
Yeah, that was Slim Diesel.
Oh my lord.
Okay, all right.
Oh god, that was.
You know what's
dude.
funny? So Slim is actually like a prime example of like not caring about like the consequences of a character because that's how the character is. Like that was Slim. I remember representing this motherfucker almost every single day, and it would be because he's actively admitting to shit. He'd be like, "Yeah, I'll fucking kill you" to a police officer, and then they would threaten a charge. He'd be like, "Nah, I won't just kill you. I'll really kill you." Like some dumb shit like that, and get stacked charges over and over.
Yeah.
And he would smack everyone. Dude, the pimp slap shit was fucking hilarious.
I like my cane. I don't play Slim anymore though.
I really miss Slim X Denzel, dude. Slim and Denzel was so much fun.
Yeah, I miss doing crim stuff. I'm gonna try and do more crim stuff. I really wanted to do something. I don't think I should spoil it, but I'm probably not gonna do it anyway. I'm not gonna spoil it in case I do decide to do it. I need a fallback plan for when I get fired from sheriff.
Are you trying to go for like a toe the line, get rid of me arc if you want to?
No, I enjoy it too much right now, but it'll probably get boring in probably in a month or two, maybe even longer.
Yeah, so that's when it implodes, is when you get bored of it and just everything collapses.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't think I'll be sheriff forever, but I think there's also a chance that I like it enough that I probably will try and stay it for as long as possible.
I don't know. I feel like there's a natural sort of like line that Kyle rides. It's pretty much a wave where there's like progression. You reach the top, and then he has to knock himself down to look forward to something.
Well,
I think that everybody has to do that, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
Because like you get to the point to where it's just like you can't
do anything because you have everything.
You just that's why it's like I think that's like a lot of criminals issues. It's like, what do they have to work for when they got like they got like a lot of criminals have like, I don't think a lot, but like there's quite a few people have like everything they want already.
Hundreds of thousands, yeah.
Yeah, like, and they can just do whatever they want. I don't really like being like that. But the main reason why I stopped playing crim is just because like, I don't know, I felt like as a solo 3.0 is like pretty fucking hard because it's like I did like the math. I was like, man, all right, I can do this and this, but then I got to do like 4 to 5 hours of hunting every night off stream, and I was like, nah, fuck that. I do my 8 to 10 hours, and it's like I just want to go lay in bed and watch shitty movies.
There's a lot of off-stream hunting in the beginning of 3.0.
Oh,
yeah, I never did that shit. I went poaching a few times. I purposely went poaching. I dressed as like Van Pelt, and I went hunting like twice, and I was just like, okay, well now I'm gonna go seal clubbing. So then I went fishing. And I tried to go club seals.
I mean, I even went hunting as Ryan because like money's tight. We were talking about this earlier in regards to like playing a second character right now is still very difficult. It's very time consuming. You can't really get too deep into stuff because you don't necessarily have the ability to make money, which means you're fairly limited in some of the things you can do. What are you gonna do? Race in an ASBO?
I didn't think that I would be have as much to do as sheriff as I did. Like I thought I'd have like a decent amount of stuff to do, but I thought I'd have to do like a lot of like filling in the spaces. And it's just like I can't fill any spaces because I don't have any spaces because it's like constantly. Yep. And then it's like when I get done doing like stuff, I kind of just want to like patrol around and try and get in some calls and shit.
Hell no.
But it's just like
mission row, motherfucker.
I get tied up a lot. I feel like, but I like it. I think it's fun. I like the whole taking like a political approach to it and trying to like, I don't know, trying to like excel in doing it before the inevitable I get bored phase and then fucking crash and burn.
Yeah, it's definitely a double-edged sword because when it happens so frequently that you literally can't do anything else, that's when it becomes a burden more than anything else. But when it's like sort of a one-off or like one day every week or something, not the worst thing in the world. But when it becomes 6-7 days out of the week where you're just only at mission row, that shit gets rough sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Sab in here? I didn't see Sab. I saw someone add Sab. I didn't know Sab was in here.
As opposed to high command, is you basically have access to all the information you need, but you don't need to do like the mission row stuff that often.
It's true.
Whereas high command is like everyone wants to meet with you, or everyone wants to have a chat, or there are things that you have to get the ball rolling on because if you don't, it's just not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Kyle, that fucking Cornwood sting up.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty fucking funny.
Dude, from my POV, when I was on top of the construction site with the camera, I just saw fucking Cornwood carrying that box, waddling his ass over, but then he started like hopping into cover with the box. It was so fucking funny.
I think the Vagos were gonna do something.
Yeah, dude, I was in the car.
Yeah,
I was
thought
on
you guys were gonna do
JJ.
something. I thought you guys really
Arturo
were.
We
almost got
thought
him.
you guys were gonna kidnap him.
I was hoping they were gonna
Arturo
tell
almost
him.
bought some.
Dude, I was hoping that you guys were gonna try and tell him to get in the trunk or some shit and try and kidnap him, and then I was just gonna fucking get a 3K real quick.
I didn't say anything. I just let the Arturo play it out.
Dude,
he's such
Arturo,
a good one.
Oh
Monkey,
yeah, I was just about to say
Monkey's
that.
so good.
Amazing.
Yeah,
that's very true. I mean, that's what we were talking about earlier in terms of like doing sting ops. Like, if you go to the Oxy sale place, like any alley where they sell Oxy, and you say, "Yo, let me buy those," they're gonna panic and be like, "Oh shit, this is a real person." There are very few people who would take that opportunity to actually roleplay it out as like an actual drug sale and not just an AI or an NPC that you press a button on that then buys your shit. Which I do think is strange. I don't know. I wish more people would take the opportunity to be like, okay, I know this isn't a local, but you still got to roll with the punches.
I think that goes back to like the quote unquote meta though. Like it sucks, but if they do that role play, well then they're all of a sudden they're looking at sale of drugs, right? And that's gonna like actively set them back, plus whatever they have on them, et cetera, et cetera.
I hate the grinding shit. Like I don't really like doing that stuff. Like there was a phase when I was like on Slim, like back in 2.0, when I would corner sell and I would just like grab up some unsuspecting person, dress them as a prostitute, and then get them to have a purse, and they would hold all my shit for me and just keep giving me stuff. It sucks that the thing never happened, but I never got approached by like any non-NPC. I didn't even get approached by cops. And I was just like blatantly doing it right on Vinewood. I did it for a few days for like a couple hours each day, and it's disappointing that I never got like the chance to have that interaction where it's like I drop my gun around the corner, she puts it in her purse and starts walking away and see if she catches the charge for me and shit like that. Or like I never got approached by someone trying to rob me either, because they probably knew it was me, and I would have just pulled out a fucking AK and just fucking rat-a-tat-tatted their ass.
And Denzel, and even on Dio, when I started playing Dio at the end of 2.0, selling coke, I literally got no resistance from cops or crims. Like,
yeah, it's disappointing. You need more resistance. That's the thing that like keeps you on your toes, is like resistance.
Yeah, for real.
I agree, and it doesn't even have to be from the police. That's the thing. Like other crimes. I mean, I like what they're doing with Doxy.
Like, I used to sell coke with a fucking AK on Dio, dude. Like,
yeah, I really like what they're doing with Oxy. Like, it seems to be like a very contested thing. I mean, hell, pretty frequently we actually get shots fired off of like Spanish.
A lot of people are hitting
shots fired behind Mission Row from that Oxy spot. Like, people are robbing people a block from the PD.
You can say what you want about Law Q, but the reason I thought it was so much fun is because you always had people were so upset about it, and you always had enemies. No matter what,
something going down.
Dude,
always.
I'm trying to turn the PD lot into the new Lot Q, trying to get all those guys
I was
back
thinking about
working
that.
there. That's what I want to do.
I was
think
thinking
that
about that too.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be so fucking cool.
Yeah,
like they can't really get caught doing crime, unlike at Lot Q, right?
Yeah.
Unless we want to make like a policy around that for the roleplay.
Crime's
like, oh yeah, that's just the parking attendants. They're allowed to have non-violent felonies. Like it's okay. Like,
dude, our parking attendant.
There's just the parking attendants. They're allowed to have terrorism. It's
the parking attendant we have right now, at least during EU, is fucking great, man. When I hired him,
like him.
Yeah, when I hired him as an intern before he was like officially hired, I was like, I can't make this decision, but you seem really fucking cool, man. And he was even making the noises of like flipping through pages in a book to like find a page that he could start writing shit on. It was so good. And then he wasn't around for a little bit, and now he is, and I'm so happy that he is. He's fucking great, man.
Well, I got an idea for a new punishment for us to start doing. We make them kind of work the booth, but also I want us to try and get mandatory meter maids as a punishment. I like go around and like doing the meters at the fucking courthouse, like like setting up. Like it wouldn't even take that long. In 10 minutes, you could set up a fucking thing at every single meter for somebody to like basically top off or like to add something to it, and that should be fucking funny. Like it'd be
Get
cool
someone to
as fuck.
work valet at the freaking farmers market parking lot, please.
Ballet at the casino would be good, but I don't think a lot of people would do it because they don't really have like an actual lot that you can like maintain. Like they have that big ass parking lot, but nobody would ever want to use it because nobody wants to get jacked.
You know, on Saturday I was I was drinking and chilling with some of the Lock Q people, and I was talking to Half Fan. Dude, I forgot how many wars I got Lock Q in on Denzel for like the 1 month, 2 month arc I was there for.
I loved all the responding to the Lock Q stuff. I was undercover with Lock Q for a month. I became like one of the higher ranking employees, all from just being undercover as Dick Hurts.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez.
In general, I think Lucky was always very good with quote unquote rolling with the punches, right?
Oh, absolutely. Without fail. They had this insane ability to just get the people who, like, it didn't matter if they were about to be, you know, put in millions of dollars in debt. It didn't matter like anything really. It was all about, you know, just rolling with the punches. Like Lot Q was literally a group of people who are willing to just roll with the punches and be, you know, yes and people.
Well, yeah, towards the end, even when I was kind of getting more into it on the crim, like what's the worst we were risking is like a shitty little class 1 firearm that we could replace like instantly, right? Like we didn't need drugs or anything like that. So the risk is like we're only getting like $1,000 worth of stuff robbed off of us max. So it's like, yeah, why not? Like, what's there a reason to be upset here?
Yeah, true.
What I'm sad is that the lot wars never really kicked off as much as I wanted them to after the draft. Yeah.
Yeah. Some things just aren't meant to be, I guess.
True.
I love how like Denzel was shelved and I got drafted in the Lock Q war.
Oh yeah, I got drafted too, and I went and shut up. Lock you with the class 2. It's funny.
I remember it's funny because I got drafted the one lot on Denzel, and then I got hired at the other one on Dio. So working the Harmony lot on Dio was so much fun because I just kept calling myself the Lord Commander of the lot.
Oh yeah, Harmony lot was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
The Oxy lot.
I need to get Jordan Steele a job at the booth.
He should.
Oh my god.
That'd be really good.
I could convince Penta to work the day as Jordan Steele at the booth and basically.
I wonder if he'll play Jordan.
I mean, Jordan been seen in 3.0?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's on that burger at the beginning.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, very early. Yeah. You ran that a lot.
This tow truck is always on or fucking smoking too. Dude, my first encounter with Jordan Steele as Ryan Parker in 2.0 is essentially what started the petty arc for Ryan, which was like, okay, he towed my car or tried to, and what I did was I stole his tow truck. But not only was I scummy enough to steal his tow truck, I ran it to zero fuel and parked it at a lot furthest away from a gas station, which was like, the docks.
There is like
because the closest gas station was, I think, the one off of like El Rancho or something.
There used to be a reputation system.
That was some
different.
scummy shit. I really do want to play Ryan more though.
And technically, you can now because you have like you have people above you now who could kind of take over your duties if need be. Like you don't.
Yeah, I know. It's just difficult to get like, you know, thrown into stuff. And there's certain things that I don't want involvement in, like the Lost MC and cooking meth or whatever. Like I don't necessarily, like, out of character, I have no idea where the lab is or anything like that. They brought it up in character, but I have no idea OC or in character where any of it is, and I don't want to expose myself to that.
No, dude, I'm waiting for food to get here. I'm just chilling.
I don't know. I just don't want to know what I'm looking for already, you know?
Try to connect. We can try.
It's a little different with you, kind of, though, because you aren't specifically like looking for it as a watch commander. It's not like you're a detective or anything.
That's true. It is true.
I mean, if
we can try to connect.
I guess if you weren't playing a PD character, like let's say you took an LOA from PD for I don't know, let's just say like 3 weeks. Like, would you want to like spice it up and try to get in the meth
Dude, what
game
the
on
fuck
Ryan?
is this?
Just
Your
to experience
bucket
it
is
from
2.
that side?
What the fuck does this
maybe.
even mean?
If I took that time off, I mean, I would definitely want to play some Ryan.
What the fuck
Part of
does
me
that
kind of
even
wants
mean?
to try to play Shaw. I think DOJ RP would be in a pretty solid place. But at the same time, like the reason I stopped playing Shaw was because it was a multi-part thing. Number one, people only wanted to file civil cases. It was typically only against the PD,
Yeah,
which
not
meant that they
enough
were
people
only
sued people. That was fucking boring. Like,
yeah. Not only that, I didn't want to contribute to people only role playing their injuries when it was against the PD. It was like they get shot a million times, but suddenly, the one time it's by the police department,
It's all of a
suddenly
sudden.
the kidney's destroyed. There's a puncture in the heart, like you know what I mean. And I didn't want to contribute to that issue. So I just stopped taking civil cases. And then it came to the point where Kevin was being called to like all these minor cases and also these major ones. And then it was like
oh
I had
yes,
to
the
prioritize
Vader.
things. And then I just stopped playing Kevin altogether
The
because
Vader. Oh my
the penal
god.
code adjusted
Savage.
and people
Fucking
just knew that it'd be
savage.
quicker to plead guilty, get
A
thrown in,
lot of people
rinse
do
to
that
repeat.
shit.
And then lawyers became completely irrelevant.
You know, I was seriously considering playing Rory O'Banion a lot. I thought there was like a good. I mean, I wasn't really feeling Cop. Crim was like kind of like it was his like burger shot and stuff like that, and like I couldn't really move enough guns to really like feel the role play other than just like standing at the burger shot. But I hopped on Rory and I was like, holy fuck. I made like 20K in like the first 2 hours of playing Rory just through getting people under like retainers and shit.
Retainers, yeah.
And I was just like, I think I could actually have some fun with this RP if I like focused on it, but I just decided against it. And then I was like, one day I hopped on Cop and I heard about the fucking union thing, and I was like, well, this is something that I don't mind crushing or like going against. I feel like everybody's for it.
Do you think it would be helpful for the budget if maybe we had people paying into it every week?
I don't know.
It could, well, I mean, the numbers didn't add up, and it never would have worked. There always would have been some sad soul.
Yeah,
there wasn't going to get paid out.
There just wasn't enough money.
Last time I think a bunch of us were chilling and talking. I said this to Pentakyle. I really regret not doing O'Banion at the end of 2.0 like we were talking about.
Yeah, we wanted to do that shit. That shit would have been funny.
That would have been so much fun.
One of the funniest things was when fucking Penta had that court case on Chase Clouder, and I just got like a DM saying, "Hey,
my
do you
God,
think you can come to this court case? Like every lawyer's here." And I was just like, "Well, okay." And I just like hopped on. I was like, "That shit was fucking mad funny." It's a bunch of people all standing behind Chase Clouder, saying that was one of the funniest moments ever. I think wasn't that clip of the year or some shit? I think that was clip of something.
It was in the running, I think.
Yeah, that was a fucking good one. That was.
I like. You all fired for like a day or something.
They can fire me for. I mean, Judge Stanton put me in contempt of court like 3 times. I just didn't come around for 30 days. You know what I mean? Like, every single time, I just got contempt of court.
Waiting to get that money, man. But it's okay.
That's how you beat the system. Just only play once every 30 days.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm good at that.
All right.
I like the lawyer stuff though.
Lawyer stuff was a lot of fun.
Dude, I was never prepared. I never read shit.
Oh no, this motherfucker would message me on Discord and be like, there was one time where I wasn't able to make a case, and I messaged him and I was like, would you be able to go? He's like, yeah, it's not like I would have prepared anyways. Like, oh god, it was so much fun though. It was always on the spot. I mean, some of it was researching shit and whatnot, but overall, like, it was really, really solid.
I'm not gonna bullshit you. A couple times I walked in the courtroom, I didn't even know why the fuck I was there.
I think it'd be better if overall people just didn't research. Like, you read the docket, sure, but I think it's funner and when it's a little more loose and you're not like.
It depends though.
Laws and stuff.
If it's a large, like, for example, like the shit that I was put into was always like murder cases, like hell until trial with like super long sentences. And then you have to begin considering, like, this is someone else's character on the line. Like, sure, you could play a scumbag lawyer and do an absolute shit job, but then again, it's someone's character on the line. and you're entirely responsible.
I always would try to win. That's the thing. I literally would always try to win. I wouldn't throw anyone's cases, but I didn't get prepared at all. I mean, I like something like the most of the times I would just like know like the basic shit that was going on from the docket, or if like evidence needed to be submitted, and then I would just go in. And I didn't really lose though. Back then, I didn't really ever lose court cases. I don't think I ever actually lost an official case.
This motherfucker would hear like a fucking sound in the distance and be like, "Objection!"
Dude, that was my strategy.
Rory's thing. It was to object to everything.
Dude, I would object everything. I remember there was an objection counter when I would do cases. And I remember one time it was like 10 minutes into a case I had like 26 objections. Like I was just objecting every fucking thing before I was told to stop. That was like my deliberate strategy, was just to put the other attorney on tilt. Just by keep on objecting them, but I'd wait for them to be in the middle of a thought too. Like I'd wait for them to be in the middle of a question to purposely object them, so instead of waiting for them to finish, so they had to repeat it, and then I would try objecting it again, and then it was just be like, it was probably kind of tilting to deal with, man. It was fucking funny.
Yeah, I mean in 3.0, we are trying to keep it a bit more on the serious side, but I think it's more just on the lines of reading the room. Like, yeah, I've had cases where I'm a little more loose, but it's just real hard to tell with people and how serious they are and how serious they aren't about what's going on. So, you know, I, for the most part, I think I think we're doing an okay job. That's kind of on you guys to kind of like.
People would know what they're getting if they got Rory O'Banion as their attorney. You know what you're going to get if you hire me to be your attorney.
It's like a wild card.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I want?
That commercial says it all.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Don't watch the commercial. I heard it's not DMs. It's I heard it can be.
Damn.
Yeah, the music.
Oh damn.
That's why I got taken off.
Your loyal companion.
Dude, that
Rory
was
O'Banion, your loyal companion.
Loyal companion.
Remake that commercial if it's that'd be great.
Remake
dude,
it.
Whippy did a great job.
Yeah, that one was
he made
so
awesome
good. I own a
shit.
fucking boat.
I got a fucking boat. You heard me. I got a boat. I'll do anything except suck your dick.
Fuck you, Murphy Braun.
You always got to start off an advertisement with a strong introduction. That's like the key thing for anything is having a strong starter, because that's what puts people in. So
dude, you're not wrong.
Fuck Murphy Braun. Fuck Murphy Braun. And then bam.
Dude, there's this ad for whatever reason I pretty consistently get on YouTube, and it literally starts with, "Let me tell you why my product sucks." And I'm like, oh shit. I mean, I pressed skip ad, so I don't really get to the next part, but I remember that part.
Still can't log in now. Still can't log in, chat.
Let me tell you why our products like skip.
That's the exact skip point on the ad. So
got moved to 10-hour wait.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know about you, but I'm not sitting through it.
Maybe tomorrow we'll just do Phasmophobia. Hopefully there's no issues tomorrow.
There's also the recycling center ad. That's definitely not DMCA free either. And the same concept. It was the starting scenes was at the strip club with a bunch of dancers. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it's weird.
So good.
Some of us just can't get in. Sucks.
I do miss it though. Part of me is considering, like, if I bring Shaw back, maybe go down like the arc of I'm poor because I gambled all my money away, like being all disheveled, sideways or crooked tie, your completely wrinkled shirt, you know what I mean? Showing up, sort of half-assing cases.
Bro, I was gonna use the Michael model for Rory O'Banion. The voice just didn't match up that well. But the Michael model has kind of like that, like the carrier bag with like the suit with like the fucking like messy tie, and then he has like all the like the sloppy hairstyles, and like dude, I was like, damn, this character model would be great for an attorney. And then I was just like, but the voice just doesn't match. Like it does look too weird. When I was trying, like I like looked in the mirror and I was like talking, like it just didn't match up at all. It just didn't look organic. So I was like, fuck it. And then I just remade Rory O'Banion, which is like simple because it's just a basic face.
41's lawyer character used that model, I believe.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it was 41.
But that wasn't like that was like a part-time character for him. You know what I mean?
But
that wasn't
prior
like a full-time
to
character.
prior to like the Rory shenanigans as a lawyer, like lawyer RP wasn't really anywhere. Rory's, I would say Kyle's definitely the one who sort of put it on the map at the time because there just wasn't anything going on. But this motherfucker, if you were going to a convenience store, he'd be like, "Hey, let's have a talk," and then talk about getting them on retainer for people who never in a million years would get in trouble. But he'd sit there for the next 5 minutes convincing you that this is like, life insurance. You need it.
Dude, you know what pissed me off about lawyer? I was the only attorney that wasn't doing anything corrupt at all. But I was the one that got suspended for a week, and then I went on this whole loan shark arc where I was running a whole
remember that
loan shark thing. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, that shit kind of rubbed me the wrong way when I got suspended for a week, and I didn't even I wasn't even corrupt. There was literally attorneys selling guns, doing all types of shit, and then there's me. I'm just loud and obnoxious. I'm on brand.
You're not wrong. Name a character where you haven't been loud and obnoxious.
All
Wyatt,
of them.
Rory, Slim, Pred, Brett. I don't know of a single character you've had that hasn't been loud and obnoxious.
Listen, I got a brand. It's loud and obnoxious. If I'm going to be in the room, I'm going to be the loudest one in that room.
It is a lot of fun, though. Motherfucker used to bully me every day as Matt Rhodes when I owned PDM.
I'll be right back, but I'll still be able to hear you.
He would wake up as Wyatt Derp. I'd be at PDM. It wasn't like there was a showroom like there is now. You would just go through a list and then get a car, essentially, if I recall correctly. And I would role play having my cars on display. This motherfucker every single day would spawn at the train station. He would run to PDM. He'd steal one of my cars, probably blow it up at a gas tank by literally just driving it into a gas tank and jumping out, and then come back and grab another one and rinse and repeat over and over and over again with Wyatt Derp. Now that I think about it, it's crazy. I imagine a majority of Kyle's audience doesn't even know Wyatt. I mean, I'm sure some of them do, but Wyatt Derp.
Oh, yeah, man. Not a lot of people can go back Wyatt that far.
You remember, Kyle, I don't know if you remember. You remember when Nopixel would go down, you go to a different server called Rivalry, bro?
Yeah, I remember. I remember you were over at Rivalry.
Yeah,
as like
that's where we first met, man.
Oh, I remember Rivalry RP.
Yeah, I remember. That was like where we used to always go to. It was fun there. I remember. And then I took Vader there, and he was doing all types of dumb shit.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a good time. I think I blasted you at a bank at one point during over there. It was pretty funny.
I remember being on there. That's the first time I ran into Reinhardt. Reinhardt arrested or tried to arrest me. I was, I think, with Tess at the time. This is during the time where Nopixel was down for like a week or two or whatever.
It was down.
Yeah. And all of us were on there. I remember being with Riley, who was playing Kelly. And then there was a lot of dances on Rivalry that we didn't have on Nopixel. And for whatever reason, they're much more fluid on Rivalry. And you can also move while dancing at the same time with certain ones.
Yeah.
And we were just so amazed by that because it just wasn't something we were accustomed to. I robbed a bank or the jewelry store with Tessa. And then she got caught and pretended to be a dog or something. I remember that. Holy shit, that's so long ago.
Dude, I remember the beginning of 2.0 when the punishments were super harsh and everybody was afraid to do shit. And then I'm just still doing shit. I remember I killed a guy on the third day. I killed a guy. I beat him to death in the parking lot and he perma'd. And I had it was funny. I don't remember it in enough detail to really talk about it. But the funniest thing was, you know how Ming and them were the most gung ho shooters and stuff, and they kicked me out because I was too crazy.
Dude, I remember. I'll never forget the day that I made Dio. An hour after making him, I perma'd somebody, and then tweeted a picture.
I remember.
His name was Chewy.
Yes, it was.
And
I remember.
And I literally perma'd him an hour after making Dio and took a selfie with his corpse and put it on Twitter. And Rhodes is interrogating me and looking into me.
Savage, man.
It was pretty crazy.
I remember I remember like I used to always scream at people like, "I fucking killed Chewie, man!" And that's all I used to scream at people. And then the only other thing I used to say on Dio as a threat was like, "Have a Chewie day," and like nobody knew what the fuck it meant.
Oh my god, dude! I remember writing that report and the tweets and everything, but it was all like circumstantial at the end of the day. It's like there's no way I get anything, and it was rough because the timing was off too. I was gonna say something. Oh, Kyle he may not realize this. I know we've talked about this in the past. Kyle robbed me as Matt Rhodes when I had just recently got the recycling center as the beginning of 2.0, and he stole my ID. Now, that doesn't sound like a big deal, right? But there was this bug that was connected to the IDs, and it made it so that after he stole it and I didn't have one, I couldn't get another one. And not only that, but I couldn't access the trunk of a vehicle at all. It like somehow it was connected to something with like the inventory system, and I could never check the trunk of a vehicle until I pretty much made a bug report and it got resolved uh maybe a month after. But this motherfucker robbed me for my ID and my money and bugged me out for an entire month. Fuck you, Kyle.
I would do it again.
I know you would, you piece of shit.
But I'm kind of excited. Are you actually considering a Shaw and O'Banion, kind of return to kind of dick around and shit, or what?
I would go to the courtroom if Shaw was going.
Yeah, I need to get my bar license.
Yeah, come by. I'll get you one immediately.
They'll just give us one. That's what
Yeah,
I
I'll just give
did.
you guys one.
They're
Easy.
grandfathered in. Like,
Yeah, you guys are like you guys are old as fuck. So yeah.
So I still really I think I had talked about it with Alex. I still really want to do a lawyer where like I just sit out on the yacht and like I'm not clocked in on the yacht. I just sit in at the yacht. If fishermen come, the one up in Polito specifically, if fishermen come by, they come by, and I'll just advertise in the yellow pages. And if anybody calls, I'm like, yeah, I'm on my way. And then I'll just take 30 fucking minutes to come down to the holding cell. I'm coming from my yacht.
Damn, I would call you during my petty situations. Yes, I would.
And
Sir, we've got a lawyer on the way.
I'd be like, don't worry, I'm coming from my yacht. And then like just fucking come all the way into the city and then drive the speed limit. Just take
I'm not bathing in Italian dressing.
Dude, I would actually really love to do
I'm ashamed to tell you guys what I ordered.
like if Murphy was playing, Murphy Braun, me, Rory, Murphy, and Kath as Shannon. Dude, Kath is so good as Shannon. Like she plays that role so well. So good.
One of my favorite lawyers that I think is like really underrated, Half-Fan's lawyer from 2.0. I don't know if you ever ran into him.
Half-Fan in general is just an underrated role player.
He's fucking great.
Half-Fan's amazing.
He's amazing. So he's a really cool dude.
So happy as a cop now.
Yeah.
Man.
I was gonna mention something, but I don't know if it's personal.
Bro, I want to be a cop, bro. Sad.
A cop is a lot of fun, especially right now. This is the right time to be a cop because
dude, a lot of people want to be cops. It's a lot.
I know. I'm kind of shocked that a lot of people don't know that I'm Carter as well.
Yeah, I love Carter.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I actually love your character too.
What was I gonna say?
70s Black Dynamite, motherfucker. That's all it is.
Dynamite.
You know what I'm talking about, Kyle. That's kind of when you made that.
Dude, Black Dynamite is great.
Yeah.
I love the movie.
Black Dynamite. I sell drugs to the community.
Well, it's so funny.
Oh yeah.
I love Adult Swim.
Was it Adult Swim who originally produced it as well? Because there's a real life version and there's an animated version, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael J. White. He's been around for a long time. That motherfucker was Spawn.
Man.
Undisputed. That dude's a fucking icon. I love his fucking shit.
Black Dynamite's so quotable.
Jay Cade with the 5 bomb. Appreciate it. Thank you. Really do appreciate it. Thanks for the 5
What
bomb.
was
Hope
I
you
gonna
guys
say?
are having fun. I know it's
I
not
know
like
we
a
talked
normal
about it earlier,
stream.
but obviously we have newer people here. So what's everyone's stance on like how the economy is right now?
Kind of like it, honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
It's broken.
I like it. Well, I don't. Here's the thing. Broken in what way? Like too much money or too little?
No, it's just like the economy. Just I like everything about the server. I'm not saying that to like save face before I shit on the economy. The economy isn't that bad. It's just the fact that Fast Loans never got an opportunity to operate as an actual business, having to maintain its own credit system with people having a starting budget. And then it just kind of automatically by default fucks the entire economy, the system of the economy, causing things to be like the way they are. Because it's just kind of like not done, in my opinion, like in the best way. They should have had like started off like 5 million, and then they have to allocate their money and they have to build up a credit system. Yeah.
Versus it being state funds. I get it. So what I said earlier was I like the way it is in terms of like the progression in terms of how people make money. But it does make it far more difficult to play a second character at the moment. Like back in the day, like hell, we made the frat characters. We had money within a very short period of time. We could get into stuff right away, and that's borderline impossible to do unless you join like an established group at the moment.
Dude, I started playing JJ again because I got a job at Burger Shot, and I'm just gonna, I'm gonna start like I'm starting to play him 1 hour or like 1.5 hours a day off stream, just selling burgers. Big money.
I had a lot of fun at the Burger Shot on Slim. I was always doing fucked up shit there.
Of course you were.
Still, funnily enough,
Were you selling guns through the drive-thru?
Yeah, he was selling Oxy through the drive-thru.
Oh, Oxy.
I'm selling everything I get my hands on. I sold a microwave through that motherfucker.
I still have a case on my case board for major crimes. That's Alabaster Slim selling Oxy at Burger Shot.
Oh.
Yep.
I fucking I like on purpose. I gave Treddy the wrong bag, and I gave him a bag of 20 Oxy instead of his food.
Yeah, and Luca already knew about you before that, and that added to it.
Nothing made me happier than selling guns through the drive-thru. I'm gonna be honest. When someone came around and ordered the Southside Special at the drive-thru, that was like one of the funnest things ever.
That's fucking amazing.
And then I'd give them a free meal with their shit too.
Southside Special.
You know, code word for the Southside Special. You should have people reverse in the driveway.
I wish I would have done that later. If I would have done that later, it probably would have been much better RP than it was at the time because people didn't really need throwaway guns.
It didn't really need anything, to be honest. I mean, hell, no one really needs Oxy at that point. People were struggling to fucking eat food.
You just needed chips back then. Chips were way better than Oxy. It was legal and it was like instant.
Do people even really need Oxy now? I don't know, like from the Crim side. Like, how useful is Oxy with the headshot mechanic?
I can't tell you because I insta-die every gunfight.
It's not. So, yeah, at the moment it's basically just headshots. It's like every gunfight is Wild West. Hello.
Even with body shots, don't you still go down in like only 3 now or something ridiculous?
No, he's still spongy.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah,
I mean, just one to the head and you're done anyways. So.
Yeah, so basically every gunfight that you end up in, or every kind of situation you end up in, is basically just like.
I'm sorry for laughing, Kath. I think you're the perfect person to explain this. You've probably been shot the most.
Oh, bro. Not even that, dude. Just shooting like tough guys, you know.
I have to admit, I was dying when that guy, like, you were trying to kill someone on a bike and he just rolled and one tapped you.
Yeah, Dean, that's what started all this shit with the CG, dude. That's that right there is what started it. But you don't get a crosshair when you're on a BMX.
Yeah.
So
I just don't use a crosshair at all.
Yeah, I don't use it at all. Sometimes I'll turn it on for like a taser.
I was using a crosshair before it was implemented.
Oh, my
damn ban.
Right, but combine the lowest sensitivity
I was not,
of
and I
shooting
can
with a
prove
vehicle with not
I
having
have
a
a pretty low sense. Actually, not in GTA. I apologize. The reason I actually don't, so I have a low sense in everything because I have a tremor, so I shake a bit. But the reason I have to have my mouse speed at a decent speed in GTA
at making that
is
kind of
because
joke.
I actually sometimes I struggle to watch Kyle because Kyle, your mouse speed is like super low. I can see you like adjusting your mouse position when in chases on turns, and it seems like really slow in comparison.
I don't
But
know what my
the reason
DPI
is
is currently.
I think it's really slow. But it's because like in chases, I'm constantly like you'll never see me looking straight. I'm always looking down because it gives you the best angle to look down a road essentially. Or when people are making turns, if they make a left turn, I'm looking to the left far before I even make it to the turn to see whether or not I can gauge where they're going from there. And doing that with low sense is very hard. I would rather lose every gunfight, but be able to at least keep up with people in those situations because I know I can rely on other officers to do something in gunfights, even if I get one tap.
Look, if you get one tap in a gunfight now, you're gonna get gangbanged by 20 cops instantly. Like,
Pretty much, yeah.
So real quick question. I don't know if you guys went over it, but the kickbacks in ticketing. What are y'all's thoughts on that? I think it's mad funny.
I think Gary's poor now.
Yeah,
Gary's an
he
idiot.
would have been poor even without the. Actually, no. If there was no kickback, it wouldn't have mattered. I think it's fine because I don't think people like that's the balance to that is lawyers, right? Like,
give me a business proposal kickback, please. I need a reading submission fee on those.
I actually like it because it
you should charge that.
I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes there's a lot of cop stacking in MRPD, and
that's
I feel like
gonna
this
be getting fixed soon.
And I think that this got cops out of MRPD, at least some, which is good.
It's definitely incentivized people. Like before, it was a matter of shots fired, everyone would respond, and it's like, okay, but who's actually going to frisk him?
I was downstairs.
Who's actually going to be responsible for processing?
People actually want to process. I'm like, oh, okay.
Exactly. It's like this is a very new thing.
Who stole that PD weapon?
Yeah.
So
I think that the very first time that got implemented, I actually heard somebody on the radio be like, "No, I'll take the 95. No, I'll take the 95." I was like, oh.
"There's a clip. There's a clip somewhere. Let me see. It was
they're all tackling the same guy down on.
Yeah, it was my drug bust.
Yeah.
It's my drug bust, and then like everybody's like, "No, I'm processing this guy." I'm like, "No, screw you guys. It's my drug bust. I'm processing them."
I'm waiting for that person to get raided, and then they have like, I don't know, like 30K worth of just fines that they're gonna accrue.
What's the kickback for possession of a government issued firearm?
Like 2.5
$3,000 just for that charge because it's 15%.
You know what's sad? Just a few days prior, I hit 2 people with 3 of those.
Oh yeah, those huge ass fines. You would have gotten like,
dude.
I got almost 100 grand.
Yeah, you would have gotten
fines.
almost like 10, 12K.
Yeah.
From those shorts.
Drop
a
bait gun, bait PD Glock at the apartments.
Mad love to everybody. The server's up if you guys don't know.
No, it's still not working for me.
Okay, but can't wait for those bail hearings to get those bail fees, guys. Hell yeah.
Cornballs AR.
So how does that work?
Oh, we'll charge them and we get that kickback.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh my god, that's good.
I'm just waiting for. Oh, he's gone. I was gonna say I'm just waiting for because obviously like contempt of court is decided by the judge, right? So now.
Yeah, but the officer's the one who finds it, so they
would
actually get it.
Not always.
Now for that, I guarantee you.
Yeah, fines probably do have to go then, and it just has to be time based because then officers will be getting fat kickbacks.
Yeah, you're basically kicking back to yourself, right? Like if a judge is like contempt of court, 10 grand and 200 months, and it's like, okay, well now they've got 1.5K.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm a bit short on my car payment this week. Contempt.
I don't know that anyone has abused it, but I will say that it keeps getting brought up in RP, and I'm not the biggest fan of it.
Bill before bench.
Everyone's like, oh, 15%.
Yeah,
like
the day that it got announced, I heard like crims like.
Was it ever announced in character?
Well, no, but the day that cops started being like, "Oh shit, we get 15% now," like several hours after the clips went up on Reddit, suddenly there's people at the apartments going, "Cops want the 15%."
Yeah, my favorite was where myself and the judges were watching some kind of bench trial going on, And the the criminal was up at the stand and he goes, yeah, and I heard the cop yell, I want my 15%, whatever that means. And all of us just lasted in the fucking side.
So
that's pretty fucking funny.
So Kevin Key pulled someone over in a box truck. He was on Popular Street, much like what I do pretty frequently. And he gave someone a citation, and the guy
5M
said,
still down. It's kind of chill.
enjoy the 15%.
Today's only going to be an 8-hour day, guys.
So what did I do? I went
I hope you've been having
straight
fun
to
with
Popular
today's stream
Street.
regardless.
Sure enough, the first box truck that passes
I'm not gonna
me
lie, I'm just
is
fucking
him.
chilling, dude.
Because he said the guy's name over radio, and I was
I'm
like,
chilling hard right
bet
now.
your ass I'm gonna enjoy this 15%. Here's the thing. Unfortunately now though, like, I'm just doing what I've always done with
Low
roads.
T
Like,
chat
I charge
now,
everyone with everything, and people think that it's me trying to min-max the 15%, and it's like,
nah, roads always.
no,
Yo, Rozzy,
it's
thanks
just,
for the 3 fucking
it's just
months.
roads. Like,
I
what do you
still just
want?
run traffic all day. People probably think it's because of 15%, but I always.
I want to have a
traffic.
competition with you, Rhodes, and just Kirby and
Dude, I can
see who gets the most tickets in one day.
I can't, dude. I woke up 4 fucking hours early today to just do citations, okay?
But Bing,
Just do citations. And every person I just got thrown into so many different chases. I got 5 citations in like 9 hours, dude. With all the banks and shit. Ugh.
All I wanted to do today was run citations too, and every single plate today, I was getting like 5 flagged plates for standing.
I'm only going to be doing an 8-hour
even go to the
stream
apartments,
today, so I'll probably be
like,
live
leave
for
the
like
apartments.
26 minutes.
I literally had a situation at the apartments.
I
where
enjoy
pulled
this
over
kind
a
of stuff,
car,
but I'm kind of
flagged, a
looking at
car
this
came
today as like
behind me,
almost like a
flagged.
day off.
As I set up on the
because
traffic,
of the issues that we
2
had today.
more
But I want you to
flagged,
know
and
that
like,
I do
like,
appreciate
it
all
was
you
so
guys hanging
fucking
out
bad.
with me.
At this point, I just give him citations, honestly, and just let him go, like with parole.
The 5 that I got, 2 of them are parole
Today's gonna be an
joyride
8 and 6.
situation.
Yeah,
So chat says it doesn't count.
Ken A. Calamity, thanks for the 5 months of Prime. I really do appreciate it.
It's a misdemeanor. It's not a violent felony or anything.
That's what I've been paroling joyriding.
2 streams.
And it's
we did not get
I
2
only do it
streams
to people
yesterday.
who are
That's just 'cause
compliant.
I couldn't find a
Like
fucking
people who get off the car and they're like, listen, it's stolen. Not this. Well, they didn't give me the rental papers. It's a rental. But I didn't get the papers, but it's a rental.
Casanova and Tinker pulled a dude over like.
You
that
still
the other
pay
day.
for
It was
pennies. What the
Casanova,
fuck is
Tinker, and
paying
then they
for
asked
pennies, dude?
77, so me and Frank turned up.
Today is scuffed as fuck, dude. I think it was a
this guy
fun
was
day
like,
though.
Why am I being pulled over?
I'll be honest with you. I think today was a pretty
Why
fun
are you
day.
pulling me over right now?
And he Casanova's like, because the plate is flagged. Your plate is flagged.
Oh my god, you're doing a felony stop?
It was literally like the X for this meme in a person.
Yeah.
They searched the guy and he had like a baby shark on him.
Dude, there's no way fishing is profitable with like baby sharks, because unless things have changed, you only get a single note for one of those, and you can only carry a maximum of 2, right?
I'm not sure how it works.
I did fishing like
they're 100.
Yeah.
When I was on Slim, I RP'd that I stole it from SeaWorld and I was trying to find it at home and sell it for people.
That's what this guy said. He was like, I've got a baby shark on me. I'm trying to find it at home, but I don't want to throw it on the floor. And I was like, it's probably dead, sir. They don't breathe air.
So it's funny because certain times, like when the fishing spot is by Grapeseed, a lot of times I'll hide my car in a bush and then swim out and like underwater and then just board their ship. I'm like, Blake County Sheriff's Office, let me see your fishing license.
I love doing that shit.
Dude, it's so much fun. Yeah. And the best part is, like, I feel like 9 times out of 10, they drop the actual item, like the baby whale or whatever. And then before, when they're going back, they just pick it back up. And I'm like, but is this thing tied to the boat?
A lot of people,
what's going on here?
When I remember I went on that shit and I went to the boats and people would literally just like hit K and then just drop it like right there, like on the boat, and the boat kind of drifts away from it, and it's like,
that's
I don't
true.
like that shit.
A lot of people anchor it though.
I don't like that shit.
Just things, right? It's like,
I mean, with poaching, at least you could do like a slash me, like looks in the back of a pickup truck or whatever, right?
I have certain pet peeves for sure though, like people who. There have been times I've gone to Grapeseed and the fishing spot is near there, and it's easier for them to beach the boat, steal a car, and drive back to the fishing spot. And people have done that, and you'll see like 5 boats in the middle of the road, and I think it's absolutely stupid. Like straight up, I'm arresting anyone who does that shit.
Wish you could go shrimping.
Yeah, that's mid-Manskin right there, my man.
Does anyone remember when you could go diving on Nopixel at the shipwreck?
Dude, I love the salvaging shit.
Yeah, dude, that was so good.
That was back when I used to. I'm gonna be honest. I like the fucking oxygen tanks when they lasted like a pretty decent amount of time. Like I know like it's be kind of like fucking AIDS to deal with, but I would love to do like scuba diving shit. And
I mean, just kind of whitelist them like parachutes, right?
I don't know. I
think it would take away from like the ability to sort of be spontaneous with it.
So keep the ones that they are as they are now.
Oh, but extra. Yeah,
and
I
then
could see
have
that.
Ones that last longer. You know,
like a professional grade type.
Yeah, like
yeah.
A
I don't think a lot of people got the salvage. I think a few. The salvaging was actually fucking dope. Because that shit was cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do? Just kind of dive down and...
Yeah, there was this boat off like the eastern side of the map, and you would just like literally go down there, go onto the beach, and just like jump into the water, and there's this like shipwreck in there, or something like this kind of like tanker, like damaged all shit, and you would just like swim kind of like through around that area, and there'd be sharks and shit in the area too. Like there would be like sharks around there. It was actually pretty fucking dope.
It was solid for sure. I'm trying to think of if there's been any other jobs on Nopixel in the past that I would like to see come back. I don't know. Like I never really focused on like the mechanical jobs. Always the RP portion.
But most of us in the south side would like porn to come back, just because it's like a date
a pawn.
Obviously. Pawn, because it drives daytime civ traffic or like low-level crime traffic to the south side, right?
Yeah, I like Pawn too. Pawn was good.
Pawn was really good.
It shouldn't be hyper profitable. It should be just a slow. I think
petty level shit.
You could only go inside one Cluckin' Bell. You couldn't go inside all of them binary. You could just go inside one Cluckin' Bell, and it was buy Kiki's organic clothing.
With like a 15% higher profit. So you could spend a bit of time going around and selling, you know, eight or 10 things for 15% more profit, or you could just go to defense and dump it all, you know?
Yeah, I would like to see something like that back.
I think Pawn should make a return. I think if Pawn came back, it would be pretty dope. I used to love watching that place out, and it's like the perfect place too for shit to happen, because people love holding that motherfucker down and like shaking him down. I mean, I was actually kind of sad when Pawn was gone, because I loved dude. The fucking detective shit I would do around Pawn was always so good. It was like my favorite fucking thing.
Drug variety would be good, John, for sure.
Yeah, I just want coke.
I want coke too. I would love to bring coke to the server, because I would just like
dude, you know what? Oh my dude, I really wish me and you would have fucking branched off from Dom, Kyle, and just done like Dom and Denzel, fucking Slim and Denzel versus Dom in the coke game.
Yeah,
that would have been so much fucking fun.
That shit was awesome. The thing is, I got fucked by that though, because of the mechanic changes, and then like I didn't get brought back into the fold. Like I got fucked pretty hard by I bought like 7 bricks, and for like 120k or 140k, and they were only like street value. I could only move them for like 5 G's after I bought them up like a few days later, and I was like, what the fuck? Because like the coke prices like crashed, like coke in general like crashed.
I'm looking forward to see how like the first big massive like war ends up.
People don't want war right now. Nobody wants to like.
No, not right now. But when people do have the resources, I'm very curious to see how it plays out.
I mean, there's gang wars going on. I think Vargos are into the second one with the ballers now.
But like, what are they fighting over?
I forget what the first one was, but this one's because of OTTs.
Ash Ketchup now, I think it is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not really a war. I'm gonna be honest here.
Yeah, it's like skirmishing, right? It's not really.
Well,
I guess Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, there's unfortunately there's not many balls around, so it's hard like to do a war when you can't really like find members of the other faction or whatever to continue the conflict.
How many years did 2.0 last?
We've got a storyline on hold.
Two?
Particular group.
2.5?
For like almost 2 weeks.
Yeah,
now,
2.5, I think.
Kind of like we're passing ships.
Yeah, 2.5. I'm pretty
group
sure.
is on at a particular time of day, and most of the GSF is on a different time of day.
Yeah.
I'd like to see gangs get like larger. I'd like to see like more gang members.
I feel like there's only been skirmishes. I guess that's the
yeah. I would agree with you.
I'm waiting for like an all-out war, like Kirby said. Like
it's a lot of ambushes. It's a lot of kind of rolling.
I feel like I actually I might regret saying this, but like I would love to like I don't know. The Lean Boys stuff on the South Side was so much fun in 2.0, but like it got really old really quick because of how the South Side went. I do have a GSF character.
Dude, I remember I used to like back up. I used to back up people during like gang wars, and I used to back the Lean Boys hard. I remember I was with like Eugene and Buddha, and like the Ballas like driving up the street, and I just got out of the car and pulled out a fucking AK and started laying into them.
I remember when like Ricky introduced
Astral
Slim and Denzel for the first time, and then that night the Lean Street was getting raided, and you just grabbed an assault SMG with Ricky who had an assault SMG, and then I grabbed an assault SMG, and we just drove down to the middle of the street and just said fuck it, and we were waiting for the cops to come down and SWAT you, dude.
That shit was funny.
Dude, I still, one of my favorite moments with Slim during the LBA and Lean Boy stuff was that weekend at TwitchCon when me, you, and Curtis didn't go, and me and Curtis had you repping red with us.
Oh,
and we just fucked up the Ballas for the TwitchCon weekend.
Dude, we were fucking up the Ballas that entire weekend. That was nuts. Dude, I was fucking everybody up. That was back when I liked the the fucking PDM4 was like god tier. I was be like laying into them with the fucking.
Yeah, that was.
Because I always
like,
had stolen
busted,
M4s.
Man.
Dude, I can't use.
Do you remember like do you remember when the PD shotgun was busted? Do you guys remember?
Oh
that?
yeah, 100%.
Oh my god,
it was fun.
I remember there was like because like PD was supposed to use it for like disabling
favorite moment,
or whatever, right? Because that
was
one of the
shooting people in vehicles.
There's still a rip. We can't get in.
Fucking
what? I think it's up for a lot of people too, and it's down for others.
It was me, Kurt, and Eugene maybe, and Buddha. And Buddha went down, and there was like 6.
Has anyone got that clip?
And the Angels started shotgunning us, so we ended up we barely managed to take her out. I robbed her for her shotgun, and there was a cop car with 3 people in it, and 1 shot from the shotgun, I killed all 3 cops with like headshot.
Speaking of people dying in cars, I think I'm not sure if I mentioned this last time, but the quality of life change where people don't like flop out of the car anymore is
so
huge.
good. Yes,
it's so good.
It is amazing. Because there's like before it was you relied on that that body to literally pop out of the car to acknowledge that they died. Yeah. But I guess
I always
it's also
felt bad about
better.
arresting them during that shit because like,
I know.
The car would come to like a little stop after getting rammed, and then someone was like, boop, pop out of the fucking.
I know. It's so fucked. It's definitely a massive quality of life change, though.
I think a lot of the shooting stuff has had overall quality of life changes. Like with the gang stuff.
Why am I not playing the game servers
down? The fact that
down?
you have to be first person when shooting in a car, combined with like the headshot.
Is there music in that?
Drive-bys like an actual thing.
Down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like that's why I said like that's why I was like starting to get into the thought of like I do kind of want to experience Southside RP again at some point in 2.0 because like I don't know, my favorite stuff in 2.0 with the gang wars was like the on foot stuff on Lean Street, man. Like the Ballas versus the Southside Ballas versus LB term war, like it'll always have a special spot in my heart because it was such a fun war.
It's like me with DKR in the Lost. That was a whole lot of fun.
And then I also like LB versus Korean X GSF X Ballas too. My favorite clip from that, one of my favorite clips of
Cat's
all time.
All fat and I'm not.
Ricky killing all 3 people and the stab chip stab. Oh my god, I love it.
I think
I feel like for wars right now, like it.
I miss Ricky.
I just want stuff to build up, dude. I just want stuff to build up. Like I feel like we specifically in GSF have had like conflict just kind of dropped in our lap essentially, and it's like, and now we're getting shot.
I think any gang
And
war,
it's
I think
just kind of
both
like,
sides
oh
are gonna
well.
get wiped out by the cops basically in this climate. Like the cops are just gonna bleed both sides dry in the long run.
It's
Bro,
true.
Well,
I
and the
would
class 2
not.
weapon,
Do you
like,
know what would be the
Uzis
shit?
cost like 10 grand.
Yeah,
10 grand is a
pricing's
shit ton.
pricing's
Like,
ridiculous.
You're buying your Uzis from.
like
Dude,
it should be halved. I'm gonna be honest. Like Uzis or Mac 10s, I would think like 5 grand.
I would
Should be
love
good
to
right
see
now.
more people in gangs, but I think it would be a game changer if south of the fucking bridge there was this no limit. If it was for gang shit, like if there was this, like that shit would be fucking wild. Like imagine
I think
like
the concern.
Like no
like
rule of
home
4
turf, basically, or
yeah, no rule of 4. Like that
I
shit
think-
would be like a fucking war zone. But it would
Dude,
get.
I think
it would get
that
bad
would
quick.
actually. I actually think that would be a really fun experiment, dude.
But
Like
would need
for a
gang
week they
priority.
experiment with rule of 4, and if you're south of Olympic Freeway and like in an active war,
Holy
there's just
shit.
no limit
Yeah,
of 4. Like,
Dude, but
need
the
a way
thing
to
is
get
though,
gang members
so
in the
many
server.
people would be fucking just like making gang characters, and it's like you'd
Sure.
have this whole thing where people forget to role play, and they just kind of turn it into like
Yeah.
fucking
that
TDM.
became an issue in 2.0 where people would just hop on their characters for war and war only. And it's like that's you
True.
cannot be doing that. in
we
my
had
Yeah.
to
opinion.
get gang-related shooting because people would not stop shooting each other.
But dude, fucking I really hope at some point in 3.0 Penta brings back Ricky. I really doubt he will. Fucking dude.
Oh, he's
the
technically
one
not dead,
person-
right?
Yeah, he's not dead.
He roleplayed it like a potential return with like texting apples and all that, but I don't think he ever like pulled the trigger.
I think the only concern with allowing like gangs to get considerably larger in any capacity would be, for example, during like AU times. And you know, if there's any lack of cops during any of those like time zones, that's just going to be an absolute mess to deal with.
AU
It
will be in a
also-
better state in a month.
It also
Hopefully.
kind of fucks EMS. To be fair, like
Yeah.
imagine you have, for example, a 10v10 gang battle. You then have
Hey, you just
know,
get 2 lifeline ones, and they can fucking load it up.
but you've got like so many people who are like, I took it to my vest, dog.
So here's what I'm about to say is going to sound really one-sided, like really one-sided, because I am essentially saying one thing for one side, but not the other. I think in those situations, like if it comes to it and it gets really bad, and people like there should just be a mechanical like, yo, you're fucked.
I
Right,
thought
like
they were
if
gonna
you
bring
get-
that in.
I thought
remember
they
that
were
being
too.
discussed.
I thought they were too. But see, the other side of this is that I would say the same thing literally is unable to apply to PD
Cops,
because
yeah.
we have to police against, you know, criminals at a like 10-to-1 ratio.
I mean, it could be something even simple though, where like if you're downed by headshots, you're forced and injured for an hour, let's say, right? Like,
I mean, people should be doing that anyway.
They've had
They-
this. All
they
right, look, I'm gonna
should,
tell you
but-
guys something. It's been like an idea for a while, like saying that kind of stuff. People just need to like role play, like whatever they want, really. Like, no, everybody knows that you shouldn't be getting fucked up and then instantly jumping back into the shit. Like, you gotta like kind of force it upon yourself. But sometimes that shit falls in your lap. Like, so sometimes we get gunned down, then a motherfucker decides to shoot up the hospital when your boys are in it too. You know?
yeah.
It's like when we were cops, right? And like people would expect us to uphold that when we went down kind of stuff. So we would just be at the hospital literally like during situations. Like I remember there'd be shootouts literally going on like down the road from the hospital. It's like we already went down and we can't go back to it and shit like that. People just gotta like be better.
Pillbox bunker.
Oh yeah, the pillbox. Dude, I literally was pillbox bunkering before it was a thing, okay? When I was
Yeah.
getting chased by the Lost MC, I would run into the pillbox and I had an AK stuffed in my bag just in case they decided to follow me.
I had a dude doing that recently. Actually, I think
Oh
he
yeah.
would come down. He would come down and harass. He'd come down and harass us because I ran him off the set essentially. Like I took his shoes and I ran him all the way north of them, you know, on foot. And then he immediately came back and he was like, "I'm back, bitch," and then drove off on a fucking Batty or Hackjaw or whatever.
Sometimes shit like that's funny though. If they just like are like on their bicycle giving you the middle finger, I'm back, bitch. Like sometimes like that shit's kind of funny, but then sometimes when it's just some, you know, some shithead, then it's just not funny.
It was house robbing shithead kind of thing.
Yeah, it's clear when people are being memey. And
yeah, it was like it's just not funny. But I chased the guy, and he immediately.
Phasmo, maybe Phasmo.
Oh, sorry, I shot the guy. Then he came back again.
I hate the idea of
and
it.
then I chased him.
I mean, look at it today. Today's basically been a variety day. I'm gonna be real with you,
I chased 2 people from a stolen Banshee towards the apartment, and they ran into the elevator, and I swear they never came out.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
They ran into their apartments, dude. I was like, okay, like what am I supposed to do there?
Well, another thing people will do is they'll run into the apartments in a disguise, like, and then like they'll change clothes, and that removes the GSR.
Is that actually a thing? Changing clothes removes it?
Yeah.
Wasn't one thing people started to do as well in the?
It's been a thing since 2.0.
They started using the casino, right? Like,
yeah,
because you can change clothes in the casino and stuff like that.
Oh, true.
Dude, I was gonna do the most shitlord thing to the cops. I'm gonna say it, but like it would have been funny as shit to do. Fucking, I was gonna do that fast walk, you know, and I was gonna get in a car chase with a bunch of cops, and I was gonna run to the casino, and because you guys can only walk, I was gonna fucking fast walk around that motherfucker and try and like get you guys to chase me in the casino.
Oh my god.
Have a foot chase inside the casino.
Yeah, but I was gonna put down notes in advance that you guys can't change your walk when you walk in, so you guys would see it. And then it's just kind of like you guys are like just like roll with it, because it's not really about. I don't really give a fuck if I make like a one life character and go. I just think it'd be funny as shit watching you guys kind of coordinate, slowly walking around with your default walks, trying to fucking like tase me and shit, and I'm just like speeding around you, spinning you in circles.
Can cops pull guns on the casino floor?
No, they can't. No, cops can't pull anything out in there. I beat the shit out of people in the casino all the time when I'm on.
Wait, like mechanically?
You cannot pull out weapons in the casino, and you cannot sprint.
It's a green zone.
Which I don't really agree with it being a green zone. That shit would be fucking bad ass for it to get hit every once in a while. It'd be like some fucking movie shit. Can you imagine putting together a crew and hitting the fucking casino and like trying to hit it for the money and shit like that, or even steal the fucking car out of it to like not keep, but like I don't know. I just kind of think it's a missed opportunity. That shit would be fucking wild if this fucking crew of 4 guys came in with AKs to the fucking casino, just seeing what would fucking happen.
Well,
I remember rely on people
you were
doing
planning on
heists.
doing it, right?
Yeah.
You were planning on. You were planning on like when people won big and then they were leaving the casino.
Oh
You
yeah.
were gonna rob them on Slim. Yeah, I remember you saying that before 3.0.
Yeah. I was actually planning on a bunch of casino shit that kind of got like foiled, and I was just like, man, I can't do it. But I was gonna like have lookout people inside before you could like cash your money into the ATM through the chips thing. I didn't know that was gonna be a thing. Like I thought that shit would have been mad funny. Just someone coming out, I won real big, and then, well, no, thanks for the money, motherfucker. Bop, bop, bop.
Speaking of like putting notes down and setting stuff up, Smokey Sloth got me incredibly good with a house robbery once, right? He was playing this character. I've only ever seen him play this character once. It was some French name, but he called himself the French Tickler. And went to a house robbery. It was on like Covenant. Went inside, and you know, this dude is just stood in the corner
information.
of the room,
Yeah, what are you guys talking about? Kyle doesn't know. He doesn't know.
And I was like, put your hands out, you know, started walking towards him. And
he doesn't know missing critical information. Am I missing? Tell me.
There's a note on the ground. And I read the note, and it's like, ha ha ha, your foot has been caught in a trap. Roll 1d20.
If it's mechanics, it's not meta.
See if you get away. And in the corner, Smokey's just going, hon, 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 hon. Hon, 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 hon. And I rolled properly, and he sprinted out. Then I tased him and I cuffed him, and I played it back to him, right? And I was like, ah, shit, these cuffs are kind of loose. You gotta roll and see if you get out.
Yo, Love Lasco, thanks for 21 months,
dude. The fucker jumped over a wall, jumped into a stolen import, and just fucking disappeared.
Yeah, 5M still scuffed. Hope you guys are enjoying the fucking wallpaper.
He got me. He got me good.
Shit happens, yo.
Dude, I love the scene thing.
Shit.
I was gonna do.
These are great.
Dude, I was planning on. Fuck, man. I was gonna do like a jigsaw thing, And I like set up like a notepad of like a few different ideas and like a few ways for people to like kind of like do jigsaw shit against each other. And then I was going to do that whole bullshit where it's like you have a camera stuck on so like people can like watch what happens. And I was literally going to go as far as, remember in the first Saw movie where he lays on the floor pretending to be dead? Yeah. I was literally going to lay on the floor pretending to be dead the entire time on this character in my underwear with a mask on. And then after the game was over, literally do that dramatic exit and just like leave him in there. But I don't know. That was too much work. I'd rather just drive around all day being a dickhead.
I think my favorite thing about the scenes is the range you can set. So it's not just like being in the general area, kind of like with evidence, right? You can see shit all the way on a roof from the ground. With this, it's like you can set it so that it's so low, unless you're directly on top of it, you can't see it. So you actually have to look around. The Lost set up a bunch of good scenes with that.
Dude, it's sick. I did this bit on Divine that led to me proposing to Lauren, but like I did this bit where I was like, she like came back because I got shot. It was actually when you got one shot, Rose.
Oh
when you got one tapped in that during the raid, and I caught a bolt in the shoulder. And she like came back the next day, and like because I got shot and everything like that. And I like RP'd. There was like an engagement ring in the apartment that we shared. And I was like, I did this bit where I was like, you can't come in, you can't look. And I hid the engagement ring in the wall because I RP'd punching the wall and put a poster over the engagement ring. So it said like poster on the wall, and I was like, you just can't look behind it. And I made her get really close to it, and it just says engagement ring behind the poster. And you could only see that part when you're really close, but you can see the poster like from really far away. It was really fun. I love using the seeds like that with like the range and shit.
It's so good.
Oh, I'm gonna head out now, guys. I'm at that 8-hour mark. I'm just gonna fucking chill today. I'll catch you all later. All right, today's night and skate.
Have a good one, man.
I'm gonna dip as well.
All right, guys. Sorry for 8 and skating. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I know it wasn't like a typical stream, and we pretty much just sat here watching clips and bullshitting the whole time, and then trying to go through the real shitty fucking unban request. I wish my unban requests were better. Huh. Should really check them more and stay ahead of that shit. But let me hold on. Where's my music? Fuck's my music at? All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, guys, remember if you're new to the stream to hit that follow button, follow the Twitter, and join the Discord as well, and subscribe to the YouTube. And tomorrow, I'll be live, I promise, at 8 a.m. CST like I always am, except on Fridays, because Friday is my me day, or sometimes it's just a random, spontaneous, whatever day. I would like to play variety games tomorrow. I think that would be pretty fucking fun. But I don't know if I will or not, especially with today kind of not really being a GTA day and kind of being more of like a fucking chill day. But we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. But catch you later. Have a good one. Bye.